la verdad. Quiero saber si hay vida en otro planeta y vivir lejos de esta tierra.
Welcome to lesson 5 of using Gizmos for visual debugging in Unity. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to use icons, the gizmo.drawIcon method, to give us more power in switching out textures so that we can debug Boolean values or switches, basically, or states, if you will. Using the built-in Gizmo stuff is good, but you can only have one icon for one script. What if we want to utilize more than one texture to show state of an object or to show some sort of Boolean flag being turned on and off on that particular object? Okay, so what I have here inside of Photoshop, I have a simple texture that is just a simple little slider that slides back and forth, all right, to indicate it's either on or off. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to set this up on our particular object over here so that if I turn a Boolean flag on and off, it switches the textures back and forth. Okay, and it's really simple setup, but I just wanted to show this because you can't do that with this particular built-in Gizmo feature. Okay, so it's good to understand and learn how to do this. So let's jump over into our script over here, and let's add that new flag. So I'm going to say public bool on off switch. All right, so we're going to initialize it to false. There we go. And basically what I want to do now is I want to include this down here. So we're going to look at multi icons. So I'm going to say if on off is true, then we're going to do something. Else, we're going to do something else, just like usual. All right. And what we're interested in is the gizmos.drawIcon. So let's take a look at this. All right. So gizmos.drawIcon means, or it's looking for a center position, so our transform center, or any other position for that matter, and a name. Now this name is actually the name of a texture. So let's actually take a look at what this is looking for. I'm going to jump over here into my script reference. All right, gizmo.drawIcon, and we're going to take a look at this. So it says draw an icon at a position in the scene view. All right, and there's one caveat to using this. Okay, we have to have a folder called Gizmos in the assets directory. All right, so that would be over here. So in assets right here, we need to have a folder called Gizmos in order for this to work, because Unity under the hood is actually looking into this folder or looking for that folder and then trying to find the name of a texture that you define in that particular Gizmos folder. All right, so let's take a look at that. So I've already imported my textures, the on-off switch, into my resources folder, but that's not going to work because Gizmos are going to look for a Gizmos folder. So let's do that first. Let's create our Gizmos folder. There we go. I'm going to go into resources here, and I'm just going to duplicate my icon textures and put those into my Gizmos folder. And then we're going to get rid of that one at the end of the name there because I just don't want to type it in. All right. So now what we can do is we can actually look for these particular textures in our script. So I'm going to come over to our script here, and I'm going to set the transform.position as the center, and then the name is that name of the texture plus the file extension. So that's important too. You need to put that file extension in there. All right, and then this, if we aren't on, so if the on-off switch is false, we're going to use the off texture, like so. All right. So with that done and completed, we should be all set and ready to go. So let's go jump over here in Unity and see how well it does. All right, so now we have our little switch icon at the center of the object here. And if I select it and turn this Boolean flag on and off, it's actually going to switch on and off. So this is just another great way to add even more information while you are running a level to see if a trigger is fired, or to see if some condition is met, or maybe you can change some state and have a whole bunch of different textures for different types of states. All these work independently of each other, and just another way to give you more information visually while you are writing your scripts. All right, so that is gizmos.drawIcon.
lejos de esta tierra.